From AccuWeather.com, this is AccuWeather Daily, a brief host-read article. It's weather news in a nutshell. On Wednesday, a small plane piloted by John Murphy of Baltimore crashed into the snowy peak of Mount Equinox in Bennington County, Vermont. Remarkably, John and his 2 adult children survived the harrowing accident. The plane went down around 8:30 in the morning near the top of Mount Equinox in Vermont. It came to a stop amid twisted metal, towering trees, and on top of several feet of snow. The family was able to call 911 for help and give their location, prompting a swift response from nearly 100 first responders. However, heavy snow and poor weather initially made it difficult for rescuers to reach the survivors. First responders struggled through several feet of snow to get to the plane. Vermont does not have aviation support, so the New York State Police Department was called in to help. 2 Department of Environmental Conservation forest rangers who happened to be preparing for a day of hoist training out of Albany International Airport received the call and immediately piloted the rescue helicopter to the crash site. They said that it was a very heavily wooded area, but they found them. The Rangers were lowered to the mountain into waist-deep snow, and seeing the wreckage of the crash, the Rangers were amazed that the 3 had survived and gotten themselves out of the crushed plane. Murphy, the pilot, said that his 25-year-old daughter did not have a scratch on her, while his 24-year-old son suffered severe whiplash and needed staples in his head. Murphy said he broke a bone in his hand and experienced a little bit of whiplash as well. By 12:15 p.m., both forest rangers were at the crash site preparing the survivors to be hoisted into the helicopter. Now, they were a little bit uncomfortable getting back into an aircraft after the experience that they had just had, but they did and were airlifted safely out of the area. Ironically, while it made the rescue extremely difficult, emergency officials said that the heavy snow and the open terrain near the peak likely prevented more serious injuries by cushioning the plane as it crashed. The FAA was on site Friday to investigate the cause of the crash, which remains undetermined. The Murphy family's escape from the crash has been hailed by all involved as nothing short of miraculous, thanks to the quick and coordinated efforts of the rescue teams involved. Switching gears a bit, new measles cases have been confirmed in New Jersey and Kentucky, with the one common factor being a lack of measles vaccinations. New Jersey health officials announced 2 new measles cases in addition to another known case. A Bergen County resident who recently had traveled internationally while unvaccinated against the measles virus was confirmed to be sick with measles on February 14th. Prior to that, that person had visited the Inglewood Hospital emergency room on the 9th and might have exposed others to the virus. The 2 new confirmed cases in New Jersey are people who the New Jersey Department of Health said had been in close contact with the original patient in Bergen County. The original patient also visited the Hackensack University Medical Center and an urgent care provider in Fort Lee. A spokesperson for the Hackensack facility said the patient was a child who had been transferred from another hospital and was placed in isolation. Public health authorities examined the staff at the Hackensack facility and confirmed that the hospital's staff were vaccinated and immune to the measles virus, and no other patients were directly exposed. The 2 individuals who also were confirmed to have measles also are unvaccinated and have been placed in isolation. That's all for now. You can find more stories and regional forecasts at AccuWeather.com. And for your local forecast at your fingertips, download the AccuWeather app. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, be safe, and I'll be back on Monday with more from AccuWeather.